Hello, I've got lots to talk about in terms of Melissa and Bryce, and I thought I'd start with their wedding. How I want to look at this is the first time they meet, because it's the first time they meet. And obviously this is a really weird situation because they're meeting at the altar. You know, this is how Married at First Sight works. And so that's not going to happen in real life for most people unless you're in an arranged marriage. But you will still have that initial meeting, and it's still going to be really important how you come across to the other person.
I hope he likes me and that he doesn't run away. I hope he gets to know the real me and not this nervous, lacking self-confidence to me.
So the first thing she says about Bryce is, I hope he doesn't run away from me. And that's before she's even met him. So she's already got that in her head, that she's somehow this repellent person and people are going to want to run from her. Her lack of confidence, that to her is another repellent thing about her. That's something that's going to push everyone away and just be really unattractive to people. So it's really important to feel good about yourself before you start dating. Just that you feel like you are worth something, that people will get something from being around you, that someone would want to date you. If you don't have feelings like that, then you're going to sabotage yourself before you've even gone on a date.
I hope that any insecurities or fears, all of that will just fall away once we lock eyes.
So she's hoping that this person she meets is going to make her feel good about herself. She can't achieve that without this person. And so that's the part they're going to play in her life. They're going to make her feel good about herself.
I hope that any insecurities or fears, all of that will just fall away once we lock eyes.
And this is exactly when you shouldn't go into a relationship, when you're hoping the other person is going to make you feel like a worthy, valuable person because you don't feel like that yourself. It means that you're going to be too demanding of them. It means it's not going to be an equal relationship. They're going to have all the power because you're going to give it to them because you need them in order to feel good about yourself. It means it's going to be hard to walk away because you don't feel good about yourself without them. It means if they don't approve of you, you're not going to be able to step back and see rationally what's going on. You're going to be too tied up in wanting them to approve of you. So it means it's going to be hard to have boundaries with that person.
Wow. She's quite gorgeous. She's beautiful.
Later on, we know that he goes on and on about how he's not happy with how she looks and how his first thought was that she wasn't ugly. But really, I think he genuinely does find her really attractive.
Wow. She's quite gorgeous. She's beautiful. You're all right. We're fine. I'm like you, don't worry. Bryce, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Oh,
You look beautiful, huh?
thank you.
How you going?
I'm
Bryce.
good. Can you?
So what are we doing?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Is that my job or your job?
Oh, it was my job, but you
So as soon as they meet, that's the first thing she's saying, can you do this to help me? So she already seems like she needs this person to rescue her from something. Right from the start, she's giving him this power.
What was your name?
Bryce.
Bryce. I'm Melissa.
Oh, lovely. How you feeling?
Nervous?
Oh, you look beautiful. So.
Thank you. You look amazing. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
So he's saying, you look beautiful, he's saying again, and she's saying, thank you, you look amazing. So she's saying it with more emphasis, as if to sort of upgrade him to beyond where she is. She could have said, thank you, you look great as well, or you look lovely too. And she could have left it at the same level. But she chose not to because she seems to be comfortable with being less powerful than the person she's with.
Thank you. It's a velvet. I picked it.
So he's still talking about himself. You can see that she's recovering. from her nerves and trying to relax, and he's still focused on what he looks like.
Thank you, it's velvet. I picked it. Here are a few things I can assure you of. I promise to always be your loyal teammate as we race through this crazy adventure together, hand in hand. I promise to be honest with you and work with you, not against you. I hope I can be the husband that you've always dreamed of. And we can get through to the final siren stronger than ever.
Bryce's vows were perfect. I think he spoke from the heart. He seems very confident. I really hope I don't let my emotions get the better of me.
It just rings a bit of an alarm bell that she's already seeing him as perfect, and now she's saying that she hopes she doesn't screw it up. So again, he's really great, and is she going to be able to live up to how great he is? She's also made a decision that he is speaking from the heart. How does she know that? She really doesn't know anything about him. So that they've literally just met. How can she tell he's speaking from the heart? So she's had to make a guess there, but she seems certain. And I think that is a risky thing to do, to just trust blindly that someone's being genuine when you've only just met them.
Straight away, I am thinking that experts have done a good job. The fact that he made eye contact.
Notice that he's looking nervous. I mean, she's just said he's really confident. I actually think he looks really nervous as she begins, wondering what she's going to say. Look at how the power shifts while she's talking.
Thank you for taking such an extraordinary step with me today. I wish I could say that I stand before you fearless and confident. Instead, I am vulnerable and cautious to fully opening my heart to a stranger.
So she's telling him, I'm not confident, I'm vulnerable, as soon as they've met. It's not a good idea to tell someone that you lack confidence as soon as you meet them, because if it's not an empathic person that you're meeting, if it's someone who gets off on feeling more powerful than the other person, then you've given them a clue, and they're going to feel like, oh great, this is exactly the kind of person I can take advantage of.
But what I can tell you is I am hopeful. Hopeful that my search for the one may have just led me to you. I have so much love to give, and I hope that I'm enough for you.
Oh, come on, Melissa. That's really painful to hear, I've so much love to give. So she's again thinking, what can she give? Rather than, oh, I'm excited to see what this is going to be like between us. It's like, I play this role of giving. I just hope I'm enough. I hope I'm going to be good enough. That's my worry. My worry isn't about how well we connect or what it's going to be like getting to know you, what kind of person you are. It's about me. Am I good enough for you? So again, she's giving him all this power and she's degrading herself. She's making it very easy for somebody like him.
People that know me would say that I'm unlucky in love. And as the years have gone by, I've increasingly believed this to be true.
If you've been unlucky in love, it suggests that you've been wronged in the past, that maybe you haven't been treated very well. And it's not good to tell somebody that when you first meet them, because it means that they see you as someone who can be treated badly.
I often find myself wondering, what am I doing wrong?
This shows that she's going to blame herself when things don't work out. So for somebody like Bryce, that's ideal. It means it's going to be quite easy to manipulate her into thinking things are her fault. I think his expression now looks quite different from how it looked before she started speaking. He looks really confident now, and he looks like he's feeling really empowered.
I've been looking for an all-consuming and unconditional love, and I truly hope that I find it here with you.
So the kind of love she's looking for is the love that you find in a fairy tale. an unconditional love, that doesn't exist except between a parent and their child, hopefully. But unconditional love isn't love between adults. We do have conditions. The person has to be able to respect our boundaries. That's how we can have love, you know, is to know that we're being respected, and we can be ourselves because the person is going to treat us well. This idea of it being all consuming, that's again very childlike. That's how it is when you're a teenager. When you initially fall in love, you might feel a bit infatuated with somebody, but there's also room for you to live your life. And it's not just about the relationship you have with this one person. But Melissa isn't looking for that. She wants a love that's going to be all consuming, so that she only has to think about the other person. And that suggests to me that there's this big gap inside her that she wants to fill with somebody else and with their love. She wants to be loved unconditionally, and she's willing to love somebody else unconditionally to try to get that. And in reality, what ends up happening is she isn't loved, I don't think, looking at the way Bryce behaves, but yet she does love unconditionally. And that's a really dangerous position to find yourself in. People can think, oh, I just find myself in these situations with these abusive people. It wasn't me. I was just living my life normally, and this person came along, and this is what ended up happening to me, and I'm this victim. But they don't often realise how much of it was actually because of their own choices, right from the beginning. So right from the start, before we know anything about Bryce, we can see that Melissa has all of these ideas about what she wants that aren't actually healthy. So she's choosing to look for those things and for that kind of relationship. And this has nothing to do with Bryce. This is all about her. And I think it's really important to think about that, because if you think of yourself as just this victim that things keep happening to, then you don't have any power to change anything. But if you think about how what you want, your intentions in life are, a huge force that then creates all sorts of situations, that can really help you, because then you can adjust what you're actually looking for and what you actually want and what role you should be playing in your life. Because Melissa clearly wants to play a passive role. You know, she wants to be consumed by another person. She wants somebody else to rescue her. She hopes to be good enough for that person because she's looking to them to fill up this void inside her.
Whatever our future holds, all I know is my new forever begins here today with you.
Lovely. How good was that?
She's basically saying, it doesn't really matter what you do or who you are. I've decided my future is with you. My forever is with you now. Melissa will have known that couples don't always work out on this program. Again, it's sort of this blind trust and this decision that he is going to be her saviour. So that makes him, first of all, it puts a huge amount of pressure on their relationship and would be quite off-putting, I think, to most people, because most people would want to have some kind of connection with someone initially, you know, and to build on that connection. Whereas and obviously the show doesn't make that easy because they're already married from the start, so that's already going to make things very difficult. But on top of that, there's the pressure from Melissa that she can't, I get this sense that she's impatient to know he's the one. She can't tolerate finding out just in case he isn't and things don't work out, because she needs him to be so badly. She needs to be rescued so much, I think, in her own mind. So here she is saying, this is it. My future begins here. This is where my life is starting again. It shows that this isn't about who he is as a person or getting to know him. She's already made this decision about him.
Well done. Well done. Better than one. Really pleasantly surprised with Melissa. There's just something about her like her aura or demeanour. just her whole persona is just, yeah, there's something that's really calming.
Most people don't want their partner to decide they're amazing before they know them, because that means that you're serving a purpose and it's not really about creating a connection. So by being this way, Melissa is going to put a lot of people off her. And the people who will be attracted to this will be the people who need to be in control in a relationship, because they rely on being put on a pedestal like this. There's so many things she's said that have given him power, about all the doubt she has about herself, and she hasn't shown any concern about him or any doubts about who he might be. So there's nothing for him to worry about. And there should be. When you first get to know somebody in a dating situation, you should be a bit nervous. You know, you do want to show your best self and so on. That's natural. And if you feel like you really don't need to because they've decided you're amazing but they're not sure about themselves, well, something's not right there.
I'm married. It's crazy. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. Just the way he looked at me made me feel at ease, and it made me feel comforted.
I don't want to step in your dress. I know, I just thought that, and then I was like, oh my God, I've got a mouthful.
But I still got to tell Bryce that I haven't been in a relationship in 12 years. And I'm absolutely dreading that moment.
As if this means something terrible about her, that she's got this really dark secret, and it means that she just might not be a worthy enough person for this guy she's just married. So again, she's giving him tons of power, she's giving herself no power, and she's just hoping that he'll validate her and say, don't worry, you're still okay, I can handle this terrible thing about you. So I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to look more at Melissa and Bryce in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you then.